bioidentity to be able to sign on to the internet. What does that mean? Well, this is just everything I'm seeing coming down the pipeline. That there will be a time, and I believe it's going to be sooner than later. I feel it's right around the corner or the next corner, where there'll be a time where in order to get on the internet, as you and I know of it, you're going to have to sign on to the internet, some sort of bioidentity, whether that's some sort of eye scan, maybe it goes along with your vaccine passport. They're trying to make a mandatory deal to live in this society. It could be anything else. I mean, it could be outrageous of what you're going to have to show or prove or do before you hop on the internet. And that would start slow and easy. It would be just a little trickle, and then it'd be slammed down, like everything. And of course, it's for your safety. So I mean, it'll be sold the same way that the false narrative of the thing that we have with the TSA. That was the Patriot Act, which is anything but patriot. It's everything that goes against patriots. It goes against freedom and everything that this country stood for. But we were sold a raw, bill of goods called the Patriot Act, and because of that, we get the TSA, which is, I'll say again, a temporary thing that gets signed in every time, no matter who's president, no matter who's in charge. They up it again. They keep signing it in over and over. It's not a permanent thing. It's a temporary thing that they just re-up. Just think about how free it was before the TSA and how much it was great to travel and just freedom was there. Anyways, on that, there's going to be this bio identity you're going to need to sign on the internet. And one of those things that just came about, not with the bio identity, but goes along the same lines, is there was 10 countries that held simulation of cyber attack, practice cyber attack, some sort of trial run, whatever they would call it, an event on the global financial system. Because of that, I got a few things I'm going to be reading here and there of that. So, I mean, all the people that were involved were countries from the United States, the UK, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, so on and so forth. They were all involved in this. Representatives from the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Of course, the World Economic Forum was involved, and I actually believe they were the umbrella or the company heading it up. And I do say company, it has nothing to do with governments, other than governments seem to be in their pocket, or they're in each other's pockets. So the simulation was a 10-day long event that simulated much of what would go wrong or could go wrong in the event of a global cyber attack on government and financial institutions. So the takeaway from it, called the cyber war game, is the host believed that present-day cybersecurity would be unable to withstand such an assault, and that the only way to contain any such damage is through multinational coordination between states and international organizations, along with their citizenry, that kind of stuff. So you got to be, we're in it, we're all in it together. That same bill of goods that was sold to us early 2020. We're all in this together. We got to get through this together. We're all in this together. As the billionaires and millionaires, especially the billionaires, their wealth has increased tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold. Everyone else, for the most part, are out of jobs. Their businesses are shut down. They're not allowed to patron them places. They're not allowed to go to their worship places of worship, churches, whatever, that kind of stuff. You're not able to do this, you're not able to do that, but you can go to Amazon, you can go to Apple, you can go to, your Walmart, your Home Depot, your, whatever you want to call it. You're able to go to the big box stores, the ones that are ran, and the ones where the billionaires benefit from. Imagine that. So it's that same type of deal. I know they had an event, 201, that happened not long before this whole thing got set into place, got set into motion. Doesn't matter who's president, doesn't matter who the politicians are. It's, one bird, two wings. Two wings of the same bird. But anyways, so they got this thing going, and I hear this. You hear that Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum saying we need a bioidentity thing, we need biosecurity, we need to be mingled with machine, that kind of stuff, because then we can track and make sure your health is good at all times, make sure if you have any sort of ailments with diabetes or some sort of heart issue or whatever. So we can just make sure you're doing good and make sure you're fine. It's for your safety, for your benefit. And then on the other hand, if there's any criminals out there, anyone want to do harm, we can track and trace them too, because it's for your safety, it's for your benefit, as always. That's the only reason they're doing this. It's the only reason the billionaires got gained 30%. Was for your safety, right? That's what was sold to us. They didn't say about the billionaires making that, but that sold bill of goods was it's for your safety, it's for your benefit. We're all in this together, remember. So they got this thing that they did, and it went through, and I believe it was the start date of it was December 9th. So it was just around the corner. I mean, just behind us, a corner or two. And I'm saying this because there will be a time, like I said, that the internet that you and I know is no longer that internet. The internet that I used to know 20 years ago doesn't exist anymore. So it's that same sort of scenario. But I think it's going to be even more constricted, more locked down, more security-based, more for your own good. And I say this knowing that I should be involved with the dark web much more. I need to be more versed in that, because I think anyone who wants to be on the back side of it, on the side of things and not fully involved, need to get out there and expand their horizons and learn things that maybe they don't know about or they're not comfortable with. That might be one of the only saving graces to keep the life that you have right now. Keep the luxuries, if you want to call it that, or the luxuries of freedom that's being sold to you as it comes from the government, which is anything but true. So they're saying this deal. This will come about the time that they shut down the internet. They're going to shut down the internet. They're going to blame it on hackers, whether they're from Russia or Japan or China or Mars or whatever. We had some sort of alien invasion because they started selling that false narrative, months ago now. And it will come back. Believe me, it will come back. And maybe it'll come back hard this time, because the first time they just got in people's consciousness that this is a real thing, because they're starting to talk about it. So they trickled it. It sort of went away, but it's still there for the time comes that they can just, smack it down and just step on the gas and say this is what's happening. Maybe it's an alien invasion. Maybe it's an alien hack. Something. So that's going to happen once the internet comes back on. We did all this stuff and we formulated it and we worked together with these countries, and this is the best thing we came about. It's a bigger and better internet. Remember that Build Back Better internet? That goes right in that fold. And in order to get on, it's great, because you're going to know who you're emailing, who you're messaging, who you're dealing with, because you're going to see their identities. You're going to be able to track them if you have problems. You're going to know who it is on the other side. So there's no way you would get hacked. There's no way your credit card numbers would get stolen. There's no way that you would be in danger. There's no way you'd be in trouble, because we made it like this for your safety. So in order to get on, everyone needs some sort of bio identity for it. However they sell that or however they make it, it's going to be safe, because everyone's doing it. Everyone needs to get on the internet like this. That way we know, you know, who it is you're dealing with at all times. There's no question. There's no guesswork. There's no fear that you might get hacked, or you might not know the person, or it might be a person you think you're dealing with, but it's not them. It's someone else that means to do you harm. So this is the way we redid this internet. We revamped it. It's great. You have more freedom now, because you don't have to worry about things. You don't have to worry about this and that. You don't have to worry about viruses on the internet. that you're going to get to, whatever, infiltrate your financials that you have on the internet or whatever, expose things. How are they going to sell it? They're going to sell it. And it always is, it's all about you and the future generations. This will be great for them. It's a great safety thing, and it's going to save the puppies and kitties. But this is going to happen. And I don't want it to happen. I know you don't want it to happen. It's going to happen. I don't foresee it not. What I do foresee happening is there's that divide where there's going to be two different types of society, and that might be part of it too. There might be some people that are on the dark web, and that's how they get through things and communicate with each other, and some other people on the bio web, the bio-identity web. That's how they do things. It may not be. There might be a society that has nothing to do with internet anymore. It's more Amish-based, Amish-like, where it's barter and trade, and that's great too. What that does is it keeps the government even further away, even more out of what you have going on in your systems and your situation. So I know, I guess I don't know. This is coming. I feel so strongly this is coming. This is their next step. Just think about this. So with this whole hack thing, this whole bio thing stuff, in there, one of the biggest things was a financial hack, a financial crash, a financial whatever. And what happens when they do this? Because they're going to do it. They're going to blame it on hackers. They're going to blame it on something else. And then they say within there, we may have to, lean on our customers. We may have to lean on the stuff we have in our accounts, the banks. And then from there, we may have to have, a time period where we're not allowing access for anyone to pull out anything from their check-ins or savings. We might have to shut off the cards, where if you have a check card, or if you have a credit card, or if you have any sort of card like that, you may not be able to use that because they froze it. We have to freeze everything until we get everything revamped, reseated, reset on this bio identity thing to protect ourselves and yourself. It's for your safety, of course. So what are you going to do in that situation? Let's just say they shut it down for a month. So they shut it down for 2 weeks, and your card doesn't work, and you don't have any cash. But you got to get to work. You got to get gas in your car. You got to get to the grocery store. You have to get some groceries. What are you going to do? If your card doesn't work, your cards with the money that's in the bank that you think is yours, which I've explained before, because of 2011, it's not considered your money anymore. It's considered their money. You're lending that to the banks. What are you going to do if you don't have access to that? Because there will come a time that's going to happen, and they're going to sell it because they need to do it for your safety, a revamp, bigger, stronger, build back better, all part of that same scam. What are you going to do? Do you have a plan? And that's the biggest thing that you need to know. You got to think about this, because they're not going to warn you. They're not going to give you time. It's going to happen, boom, overnight. And then what? It may be a few days. It may be a few months. What are you going to do? You need to have a plan. You should always have a plan in these scenarios, because what does that make you feel like? You're not in control. You don't have any power. You don't have any say. You don't have any ability to put gas in your vehicle and get to work, or put gas in your vehicle to do whatever you need to do, or to go to the grocery store to buy groceries that you needed for yourself and your family. You can't do that then. If your cards are shut down, they froze them because of a hack that they said happened, which, the way I take it, we know what really happened, but that's how it's going to be sold to us, a bill of goods and a bill of false goods. And they have to do these things for your safety. So I don't know. Just think about this. Reading about this stuff, I should just get some sort of video out there now for people just to think about it, react. If it doesn't ever happen, I would be so happy. Call me all the names in the world if you want. I don't care. I'd be happy that it doesn't happen. I'd be happy that I'm absolutely wrong. I hope I'm absolutely wrong. I don't feel it at all. I'm prepared. I'm feeling it's coming. It's coming faster than I could ever imagine it going to be here. I know I heard some stories from some people that they're thinking about March might be the time that there's going to be all havoc there, and you might have big issues, whether it's with the American dollar or other dollars across the world, or everything combined at once to try to force people into the digital thing. But they're not going to do it seamlessly. They're going to do it with an abrupt stop, freeze, and make people suffer. You make people suffer in fear, so then once you present them with something that's better than what they were just going through, with all the fear they had and all the suffering they had, they'll take whatever you can give them, whatever you are allowing them to have. Whether that's in their best interest or not, they'll accept it because it was better than what they just had. Sort of like we couldn't fly. The airlines were shut down. But now we couldn't fly. So that was horrible. Now, back in the day when you're able to fly, we got this TSA, we got this stuff. You have to go through all these, jump through all these hoops, whistles, all that kind of stuff in order to do it. But hey, that's better than not being able to fly at all. So it's for the better good. That's how it was sold to us. People accepted it. Some people didn't, but most of the people accepted it because it was just easy and just get on with your life. And that's going to happen again. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I absolutely hope I'm wrong. But anyways, if you like this, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay vigilant, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your wealth, and protect your health.